as you can see on the left. So, the experts are warning everyone about these death towers, and it seems, rather astonishing that, they're able to roll these out without anybody really just, doing anything about it. Imagine, some kind of intruder walking into your home, digitally raping you with some kind of beam weapon. They probably wouldn't last very long, especially if you're a conservative or a Republican out there. Maybe if you're, a Sodom and Gomorrahite, you're so used to grabbing your ankles, waiting for the astroglide that, it just seems perfectly natural to, get raped by strangers in the dark. But for most people out there, it just doesn't seem like an acceptable proposition. And if we're supposed to be in the land of the free, why can't we opt out of these death towers? Why can't we opt out of this eugenics program? Why is all this stuff just like transitioned, silently in the night, and then they come on television and tell you, once you wake up to what's going on, like, oh, don't worry, it's perfectly safe, perfectly normal. It's kind of like the Patriot Act that they passed in the middle of the night, and you find out that, oh shit, you're now the terrorist. And that's basically, how we're seeing the narrative, shape itself on television. Of course, they're saying, you're the terrorist because of Trump, and you're the terrorist because you're a racist, or you're the terrorist because, you're not one of them. But they're definitely, hitting you up, ladies and gentlemen. You're now a terrorist in their eyes. And, their technology is punishment in disguise. You should definitely check out our archives. We've done quite a few different videos on these death towers. Feel free to mirror them, compile them, rebroadcast them, get this information out there. People should really be pushing back against these death towers, ladies and gentlemen, while you have a chance. Once they, fully complete their grid and roll out the Terminators, the Skynet, and the like, I mean, you're totally fucked, to say the least. And so, pardon the language there, but I mean, there's just really no other way to put it. And they want to place these things, at your schools, near your bedroom and the like, and the readings are equivalent to a microwave oven. So if that seems like a wonderful idea to you, then just sit back, relax, do nothing, watch the sports, watch the television, and just go along with the plan, because that truly is the plan. It's right there on the Georgia Guidestones. They're going to entertain you with all their bullshit until they can just basically, complete the grid, roll out their death towers, and basically, doom you, ladies and gentlemen. No escape. It's, it's certain death with these death towers all around you, and it's just a matter of time. And, since it weakens the immune system, it, looks like natural causes 3 out of 4 times. Really nothing, out of the ordinary on the autopsy reports. Kind of like, being taken out like Epstein or, Seth Rich or, something like that. It's, oops, it's a suicide, it's an accident. Nobody gets suspicious. And, of course, if anybody asks questions, all they got to do is say that the Russians did it, and, they're off the hook. Ladies and gentlemen, off the hook indeed. This beast system is out to get you. It's punishment in disguise. It's the pages of the Bible playing out before your very eyes. Literally, this is the beginning of the end for humanity as we know it. They're going to be rolling out, their Matrix, their Skynet, Terminators, automation. They're going to completely replace the workforce. It's going to be the total devolution of society. You think it's bad now with all the junkies and the zombies and the morons out there. It's only going to get infinitely worse. And right now the situation is pretty bad. I mean, normal people are locked out. You basically got to be, some kind of clone or some kind of witch to make it out there. And if you haven't sold out, then you're basically, in exile. You're basically, at the bottom of the ladder for the most part. And it's just a very unfair system. You see who's in charge of, the government, the corporations, the media, and the like. It's all a bunch of sellouts, worshiping the devil. It's a big club, and you're not in it, ladies and gentlemen, and you wouldn't want to be in it. And of course, that's what makes it so difficult to infiltrate. To get into these clans, you basically have to get through people like Epstein and the like. They want you to rape children. They want to record you and have the blackmail of it and the like. And we've seen this evidence just pile up since the WikiLeaks. They threw that guy in prison, Julian Assange, and basically have given all of the cronies immunity agreements, or they've taken out the inconvenient witnesses and the like. It's it's a fully corrupt system, and it's only going to get worse. And unless we clean house, unless we basically flush out this septic tank, this swamp out there in DC and pretty much every branch of government, this tyranny will continue. Ladies and gentlemen, there'll be more death towers, there'll be more fluoride, there'll be more vaccines, there'll be more pesticides. Everything will become artificial, like the food, and those just start plugging people in, into the matrix. You'll have to have your brain chip to compete, for the jobs of tomorrow. And if you step out of line, then here come the RoboCops and the slaughter bots and the like. It's going to be a nightmare. And if people could, see the future, if they could, travel in time, they'd know that this was, the last opportunity for a last stand against the system. These people on television, they're not your friend. And, while they're keeping you busy with, impeachment and, whatever else they can dream up, they're rolling out these death towers. They're, progressing with the Skynet. They're getting closer to deploying the RoboCops, and they're testing the brain chips. I mean, every day that goes by is a day wasted. And, these death towers are going to be the core for their communications. And, if you stop the death towers, you stop the Skynet and the like. And, you don't have to be like these telecom workers and engineers that are taking down these death towers. You can go to your city council, you can protest, you can petition, you can tell them that, you don't want them deployed. There's a new California Supreme Court ruling that says that cities have now the right to, stop these death towers due to health concerns. Everybody should really be making this the issue of 2020. And, for some people, it's already too late. For some people, they already got these things right next door. And, they're getting raped. And you want to know how bad it is? Get a meter. And just compare it to the scientific, reports that are out there. Don't take our word for it. Do your own research. But get a meter. You need an instrument. It's like a thermometer. If you don't know what you're being exposed to, you don't know. But once you do know, then you end up being like these telecom workers that just want to take these things out. And, they say they just light up like a Christmas tree, and you could probably just, well, they're talking about super soakers and Roman candles, but you never know how these people operate. Until the next time, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this, you are the resistance.